Hi, it's River with StirfryTV, and we're here today with David Dorman, a realtor from Orlando. Now, David, there's a lot of complaints going on right now that the market is slow and a lot of realtors are not busy. But you, on the other hand, are. Why is that?
I actually work. I work in the field. I market. I get out there and I meet new people, and I actually do the job I say I'm going to do instead of waiting for the business to come to me. I go out and I find the business. That's a big problem with a lot of real estate agents. They don't know how to market. They won't spend a dime on marketing. They won't invest in their business. And I don't know of any business in the world that you can just get your license and start up working without putting capital into your business. I mean, you guys for your business, you had to build a studio. You had to buy cameras and lights. That's common sense, but it doesn't seem to be common sense in real estate. They just want to. They say, well, I have my license, everybody should buy a house from me. And it doesn't work that way.
Any successful business takes investment.
Absolutely.
Personally, financially, all around to make it work.
And over the years, I think we've been doing this since, like 1999, invested in just about every type of marketing program or way to generate and provide a good service for my clients. If there's a way for it to have been done, I've tried it. Some have worked, some haven't. But at this point, after roughly 12 years now, we have it down to a science to where everything is working, so that even if I'm not out there physically with somebody, my marketing is still working. And that's kind of what, wrapping it up there, that's what's enabled us to be successful even in a down market. Last year was probably one of the worst years for a lot of people in real estate, and we ended up having one of our most successful, knock wood.
Now, David, today's way of doing business is very diversified. Social media is a big part of that. Now, we see that you sponsor a lot of programs here in Orlando. You do a lot of advertising. What today seems to be your main way of marketing yourself?
Real estate's a lot different from most other businesses. It's not an I need right now type of thing. People don't just, their car breaks down, they go buy a new car. Or, they need a new stereo, they go and they get a new stereo. But with a house, it's a much more of you arrive at that point. So for me, it's not a call to action type of marketing. It's more of hey, I sponsored this show, so next time you need a house, hopefully you'll remember my name, or I'm doing this thing on StirfryTV, I don't need a house right now, but hey, there was that guy on TV there. It's one of those things. It's just keeping people in top of mind consciousness, I guess is what they call it, making them know what I do for a living so that when they hopefully need my services, they'll think to call me. And that's what's really worked for us. So it's little things like every now and then a little post on Facebook, or sponsoring one of Wanzi's shows, or somebody else is doing a charity event, something that just the charity events are great because it's a win-win situation. I get out there, I get to have a lot of fun. We do like a little cabaret series where I get up there, I've got all these great performers from around the area. They sing, and we all, I sing as well, and we raise money for the charity. People see my name, they remember it, and they remember that, hey, not only is he, a realtor, but he's also doing some good for the community. And I think it's real important for people to give back something.
David, how long have you been in the real estate business?
I got my license in 1999, and I've been working in it ever since. Just kind of was working as a singing waiter.
Okay.
I started to see the writing on the wall that while I love to sing, that wasn't going to be my career. I wasn't going to be one of the Backstreet Boys.
Okay.
And not with this body and my inability to dance. But it was one of those things where I knew I needed to get more of a career-oriented thing. But this has worked out perfect because I could sell real estate and also perform.
Now, after you got your license, how long would you say it took you before you actually started generating business?
I worked in a boutique place down in Windermere selling luxury homes, but the problem with that was that the person, my broker, her name was on the door. So business walks in, $1 million listing, they don't want David Dorman because they don't know David Dorman, but they know the person on the door. So I kind of came to a realization that I needed to branch out into a more I work for Century 21 now, and Century 21 offers me a globally recognized name, and establishes me. It's automatic credibility. Unfortunately, if you go work for that company, they automatically think you're, a reputable agent. Luckily, I am, but but what really changed when the whole turning point was when I decided to instead of just waiting for business to come to me, I'm going to go sit in that office. Now, I may not have anything to do, but I'm going to sit in that office. And I'm going to continually learn more and more how other people do it. I watched other people in my office, and I went from the low man on the totem pole to the past 5 or 6 years, I've been one of the top producing Century 21 agents in Orlando, and that's not by accident. Again, it goes back to spending money on marketing, being accountable, answering my phone, answering emails. You'd be surprised how many people in my business can't be bothered to pick up their phone, and I'll probably take some slack for this, but I'm going to tell you right now, the dirty little secret, realtors, for the most part, are lazy. They don't want to work. They want to get your business, but they don't want to work once they have it. Mm-hmm. It's really sad. I mean, you go into an office, in a real estate office these days, and there's hardly anybody in there, unless they actually have something to do, which these days they don't have as much to do.
Right.
So, I'm in the office from 9 to 5 pretty much every single day. And that's why I work. I mean, I have business because I work at it.
David, you've won several awards in the real estate business, in the real estate industry. Mm-hmm. So what is it? What one thing would you say that makes you stand out above all the rest?
Realistically, it's I hold myself accountable. I don't take anything for granted. And when I got my branding done, this logo that you see here and everything about it, they really interviewed me, kind of like what you're doing now, to find out what makes me tick. And one thing that kept coming through was that I take my job personally. That's a good thing and a bad thing. Sometimes when something goes wrong in a real estate transaction, I kind of take it to heart. And that's not always a good thing, but I'm a hands-on person, and I do take things very personally because I know the value that if I do a good job for this person, they're going to tell this person over here. And I know even more importantly that if I do a bad job for this person, you're not going to just tell one person, you're going to tell everybody you know. Yeah. And you never know who somebody may know. So it's important that everybody has a good transaction and that they refer me to other people. I can market all over the world, through websites, television, whatever. But my best, if I look back over my sales like I do every year, my number one resource for marketing and getting business are the people that I've sold to before. They're the ones promoting me and saying, hey, go talk to this guy. He's great. He does a good job. So what makes me stand out above everything else is I do what I say I'm going to do, and I do it well. And I'm at that point after, a lot of real estate agents, when they first get their license, they don't have any money, they don't spend the money on marketing, they're kind of, winging it. I think we talked about this earlier, is that the way you get your license is you can get it in about 45 days. Those people that get their license if they start selling real estate today, and in less than 2 years, 93% of them get out of the business. That's a scary thought when you think about how many, you got 93% of the realtors around here running around that really don't know what they're doing, and they're going to be out soon. Why? And people blindly trust them. They call up a sign, they think, oh, well, he has a sign, he must be reputable. Or, he has his license, of course he knows how to sell a house, and it's not true. Who would you feel better driving you across country? Would you rather an experienced driver or somebody that just got their license? And that's one of those things that you can't buy experience and you can't buy reputation. Like I said, I do a lot of money in marketing, but at the end of the day, my biggest fans are the ones that I worked with in the past, and they are the reason I've been successful. And they make me stand out. I don't even have to do anything. They do it for me.
Let's talk about technology, David. Yeah. Changing every day. Mm-hmm. What has changed to help you sell real estate? We are very much an on-demand society now. If you don't know something, how many times have you been like at lunch or something, somebody says, hey, what's that quote from that movie? And you have it on your phone within seconds. That's kind of the way the consumers are these days, and I realized that very early on because I'm one of those people. So luckily, I'm always looking for the next piece of technology that gives me, the information I want right away. And I always try to think from a consumer point of view what they want. And one of the new things we added a short code system, which everyone knows what's the zip code for Beverly Hills? 90210.
Yeah, exactly. And that's our short code. And we use that, so every one of our properties gets a number, and then they have it, you text it to 90210, and immediately, if I'm sitting in their car, so if it's raining, they don't have to go pick out a flyer or anything like that, they type that in, boom, it shows up on their phone, they can touch a link, it goes to the web page of where that property is. But the best part is, I've just captured their phone number and their information, I can call them back immediately. That's just one of the things we use, and the virtual tours we use, it hits like over 200 different websites. And the great thing is that it used to be, when I first started, we would be getting a phone call. I'd be driving down I-4 at 55 or whatever and trying to jot down a number on a sticky note, hoping it doesn't fly out the window when I open the windows. And now our technology, it feeds into our database, It's always there. I can always backtrack, see where a lead came from, see what the client's looking for, even, so that when they call me, even if I don't remember who they are, I'm just constantly, and there they are. Oh, that's everything they want. I don't lose their information anymore. That technology has been great, and it helps our sellers and buyers get together so that we have a more successful transaction.
David, you've been featured on HGTV several times. You've also won several awards. Let's kind of touch on the awards. What all awards have you won for what achievements?
The company that I work for likes to recognize their agents for sales. Sales are great. I mean, let's be honest here. I'm in the business to make money, but I'm also in the business to help people out. I know that sounds corny, but it's actually true. And the awards, a couple things. There's a thing called the Centurion Award. That's purely based on sales. We hit that. That for me is kind of my benchmark. If I don't hit that, then I've not done my job for the year. And we always, we try to hit that sales goal hopefully by December, but we usually hit it. Last year we hit it in August, which was great, even in a down market. But that's not the most important award to me. I like the ones that come from the consumer. The consumer's not giving me the Centurion Award. The consumer's giving me the Quality Service Award, which is after every transaction I do, I get, they send an electronic survey, and that survey asks very specific questions about my knowledge of the area, how did I do? And I always love seeing those, because then that means, the client doesn't even realize I get to see them, but at the end of the day, those surveys mean more to me, getting the Quality Service Award than anything else. The WAVE Award from my peers, the peers, recognizing me as their favorite realtor. Those kind of things, people that I've worked with in the past, those mean much more to me than a sales award. Because, anybody can get a sales award, but if nobody likes you, that is part of I guess that's part of the Pisces in me. I want to be liked. I just want to be loved.
David, I want to ask you, what is your specialty, or better yet, what is it that you actually do as a real estate agent?
A great question, and I'll tell you why. A lot of people don't know. They hear the term realtor, they don't know what it means. And I think to a lot of buyers, they think a realtor means that, oh, well, I have to hire you and I have to pay you, a 6% commission. There's one thing I'd love to get out to anybody in this interview, is that buyers, you don't pay me. I'm paid on the sale of the home from the other agent. You don't pay me. I think that keeps a lot of people from buying a home with a real estate agent, and they get damaged by that, because there are a lot of people. Now, you buy the property directly from the other agent, that agent makes twice as much commission, and they represent the seller, they don't represent you. That's a big problem. But it's, as far as what my specialty is, I put buyers and sellers together. I help people relocate to the area. I educate them. It's more than just putting a sign in the ground to me. It's about building relationships, letting them know about the areas. They need, you go into a new town, where can I get this? Where's the best place to get a burger around here? Where can I, where's the best ice cream? Whatever it is, I want to go shopping, all that stuff. It's more than just helping, someone buy a house. It's getting them acclimated to an area, especially if they're not from here. As far as specialties, what do I do? My marketing, there are people that market, just lakefront properties or luxury this and all that. My marketing just reaches globally. So as far as a specialty, I really don't have one anymore. I mean, I am anywhere that my clients need me to go. And I like that, because one of the reasons we were successful last year, you look at the luxury agents from last year, there are some people in the business that sell only $1 million+ homes, and they're very proud of themselves. Mm-hmm. But you know what I saw them doing last year? They were doing short sales, they were doing bank foreclosures, and they had to slum it a little bit. We've been very lucky that because of the way I market, we have an iron in this fire, this one, and this one. And we always have a different pool of buyers and sellers to work from, and that's what's enabled us to be successful. And it's also been great for me, because I learn all these different trades, and it's a great opportunity to work with so many different levels of purchasers or sellers, so that we can be a very well-rounded business.
Well, David, thanks so much for being on StirfryTV today. We appreciate it. A big supporter of StirfryTV Live, David Dorman from Century 21 Real Estate. So if you are in the market for a home, you're in the Orlando area, make sure you contact David Dorman.